Are we back? Well, hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. Last time we were playing the Waterborne Poetry event quest, major event quest, and we finished part two. Part two, essentially, what happened is we're still investigating Chung Yun's, like, seeing some kind of entity. While we didn't really get any hints to that, we did find, like, there was some, like, poetry being written on leaves and stuff like that, which was a bit weird. And we sent some leaves back with poetry written back to them. And then we also kind of met up with Kali Roe, which is this blue haired, light blue eyes lady who seems like she's from Fontaine. And she asked us some questions up at the end about this book, Heart of the Clear Springs. And I said I would summarize it. At the end there, Noelle and Diona did summarize, saying it's about, like, this fairy lady and this boy. They were, like, meeting and talking with each other, and then, like, the boy was, like, in love with the water fairy or something, but the water or the spring fairy was didn't really understand human emotions, and so kind of left the boy. And then just two people that were apparently in love with each other, never getting together in the end. And I read this book, I read this little series of texts, and yeah, that's basically what happened. This first part kind of talks about the whole thing about them meeting together, because the boy felt like, he was crying in this spring, and then the fairy came out to, like, comfort him. And the boy made some kind of wish, but the fairy couldn't speak. The spring fairy couldn't speak or understand. And so, just kind of didn't do anything. But then the boy was like, okay, then the spring fairy is going to fulfill my wish. Volume 2, basically, they're just talking with each other. And then this fairy is starting to develop more, like, from the boy talking. And from time, I'm guessing the spring fairy is getting more abilities to, like, understand stuff. And then eventually be able to, like, speak, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the boy heard the fairy's voice for the first time, so able to speak and all that stuff. And then this is where, like, the boy was gonna make some kind of promise, and I'm guessing the fairy interpreted that promise as something about, like, maybe about promise of always being together, or something like that. Some kind of promise like that. Oh, I forgot to set up my timer for this video. Oops, let me set that. And then the fairy was like, again, fairy not really understanding emotion, and, like, the fairy doesn't understand emotion. However, the fairy was afraid that the boy must grow old, and then, like, kind of feeling like it would kind of hinder him being in a relationship, I guess, with a spring fairy. So she has developed enough emotion to, like, thought and emotion to, like, not want that to happen. And then, of course, there was this kiss. He was before the boy was gonna say anything. The spring fairy kissed him. Strange. And then the boy took that as okay, promise is good. But then the spring fairy was like, okay, no, I don't want you to say those words. So I'm gonna kiss you to stop you saying the promise. And so there's a bit of disconnect between the two. Between what the two were thinking was gonna happen. And at the end, I guess the spring fairy did abandon the boy, and sadness ensues. And basically, and it says at the end here, legend has it that whenever the rain pours down, the raindrops that fall into the pond mix with the tears of the spring fairy. So basically, kind of saying how the spring fairy exists, even though the spring fairy wants herself to basically disappear, so that it's kind of like she's kind of saying how, or by disappearing, she wants the boy to think that it was all just it wasn't real. Basically, the fairy wants the boy to believe that all of that wasn't real by, like, disappearing. That being said, though, to his dying day, the boy believed wholeheartedly in this groundless superstition. So even when the boy died, he still believed that even though the fairy disappeared, that all of it was real. But sadly, the spring fairy who fled from her true feelings could never believe in herself. So basically, kind of just the fairy herself was kind of like, even though she tried to do it, she knows deep down in her heart that she is that all of it happened. I guess, I don't know, that's how I interpret it. But yeah, I'm guessing that the spring fairy is Caliroe, and then the boy. It says in the text to his dying day. It says that, and so I'm assuming the boy is dead at this point. I don't know. That's okay. That's that. Summarizing that. I mean, if they really are connecting this event, if they are really connecting this event to some like book, I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool that they are you know, because I've never read that book, and a lot of those books I never read, and so them connecting a quest, but like an event quest to a story like that, I think it'll be very interesting. So we'll see. We'll see what happens at the end here. But I think that I'm liking where this is going. I'm liking how they're doing a connection like that, and they're doing it with connections to like
Huh? Looks like we're a few people short today.
Morning, friends. Singcho said he wants to take some time and focus on writing poems, so he'll join us later.
Noelle has other duties today, so she asked me to tell everyone not to wait up for her.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. What about Caliroe, though? She said she'd be here. I got here really early, but I haven't seen her yet.
Are you talking about the girl with the blue hair? I saw her on the bridge near Dihua Marsh during my morning training. She looked a little upset, so I didn't want to disturb her.
Upset? Oh no! What should we do? Was it something we said last night? Oh, Paimon's worried.
Chung Yun was like, okay, we should not disturb her, but we're like, yeah, we should 100% go disturb her.
I agree. If she's run into some kind of trouble, I'd like to help her.
Good guy, Mika.
You're all going? Then I'm coming too.
Shall we start with the bridge? We're all here a little early, so there should be time.
Good idea. We'll be back in a jiffy.
I love how Diona was like, I want to join too. Heart of the Deep. Heart of the Deep. I didn't read this. I read this last time, I think. The fallen leaves float away, carrying with them stories of the past. Will the protagonist of the fairy tale rekindle feelings from a distant past? Indeed, yes. Watch me read that whole book, and then like it had nothing to do with it. We'll see. It might actually have nothing to do with it, but I mean, they wouldn't just bring it up for no reason, right? Indeed. Well, let's go ahead and see. Look for Caliroe. We did put our bottle up here, or we put our leaves up here, right? So like, there's a good chance that it floated down here. Maybe she picked up on one of our leaves. Mayhaps.
Oh, so this is the place? We ran into her here yesterday too. She looked like something was weighing on her mind then as well.
It's also not far from where we were dropping those leaves.
Huh. Leaves?
Oh, right. We were so busy matching couplets we forgot to mention.
Yeah, I remember about your inspirational walk yesterday.
Interesting.
I guess Diona knows, right?
I wonder, could Miss Caliroe have been the one who wrote that poem on the leaf?
What makes you say that?
Oh, sorry. Nothing. Well, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, I guess. It's just, that poem on the leaf kinda gave me the same feeling as when I saw her yesterday. So much sadness.
Now that you mention it, this is upstream from where we found the poem.
Huh? Hey, look! Over there! Another leaf! Wow, you're right! And this one has writing on it too! After that leaf!
Okay, we're not gonna comment about the man that we just saw behind us. Is this part of the event, or is this just some random man? Miss Bruja, poet. Excuse me, I was quite lost in thought. Can I help you? What are you doing? I'm moved by the crystal clear water that flows off into eternity, never to return. So I stop here to let traveler kick the bifurcates and march of one stream flowing northwest of one winery flowing, see infinitely cry joy, but behold, this is treasure. Okay, don't know if he has anything to do with anything, but it's strange that he just appeared behind us during that. Don't actually know if he's like always here or if that's something new or interesting. Part of the event. I actually don't know.
Oh, why does it have to float so quickly?
I was down here now. Man, I don't have the Fontaine swimming. It's so slow. Oh my gosh, don't make me fight those guys. I don't want to fight those guys. No senseless murder this episode, hopefully. We murdered some people last, or I guess we, not people, we murdered some villagers last time. Alright, over here.
Can't you just fly over and grab it? But Paimon can't swim. What if Paimon accidentally falls into the water?
I'm confused. Shouldn't Paimon just learn how to swim? You know, can't you just learn how to swim? I mean, you know, it's not the easiest thing to do, but eventually you should learn it. It's a pretty important skill, right? Is it under this bridge now?
It stopped.
Oh, finally.
Ow!
Good grief, mate. It extended for no reason. Alright, here we go. Here we go.
We finally caught it.
Are the words still legible? Or have they been washed out?
Looks like the ink's intact. Let Paimon take a look at what it says.
The desire remains, but the time is past. The boy by the spring grows frail too fast. But when dreams flow to fruition, where streams join the sea, we journey on in endless reverie. Okay, so boy by spring, I mean, it has to be referring to the book, so we have to. No, again, don't know if Callie Roe is the person, right? It could be someone else writing these poems, I should say. But interesting. Anyways, the boy, if it is referring to the boy in the spring, I guess not dead yet. Grows fail too fast. That doesn't mean dead. Interesting, because the book we read kind of indicates that he's dead. But who knows?
Huh? This is related to the poem we wrote in reply yesterday. She must have picked up one of our leaves. Spring. Young boy. It's looking a lot like Callie Roe was the one who wrote this. She seems to care a lot about that story, huh? Actually, when Paimon first saw her, Paimon was wondering, do you think... is it possible that she's,
Let's just focus on finding her first.
Based on the current and accounting for wind strength, everyone, please follow me.
Ooh, Mika's got it. Mika, yeah. Paimon said, "Is she not Anne? Oceanid is Anne, right?" 1,000 meters. What the heck, Mika? He wants us to freaking travel across the world. What the heck is this? Ain't no way I'm walking up there.
This should be far enough upstream. Let's split up and search the area.
Okay, we search for area. Yeah, basically every time we see the character with freaking blue hair and blue glowing eyes, we know that. Good chance that they are a Oceanid. Because of the event we played, Bottleland. What was that event called? Something Summertime Secrets or something?
she's surrounded by hilly churros. Let's go save her.
Great. Fantastic. Get blown away. What the heck? I missed. I missed. That didn't work. Oh, I have an idea. Yep. Get wrecked. Okay, we did it. What the heck? There's more.
Witness the power of the one. Know my sword.
Fine. Okay, we good. Okay, we good.
Callie Roe, are you okay? What's that? It's a huge water droplet.
This is exactly what I saw the other day.
Bro. It's just a water Aeolon, right? There's a water droplet. Pretty sure there's a water Aeolon, right? Callie Roe?
Huh? Why are you all looking at me like that?
Oh no! My body... Is it...
That voice is definitely Callie Roy's.
How did this happen? Please wait a moment.
The water drop turns back into Kairo's human form before everyone's eyes.
No. Did I use up too much energy?
How did you... What's going on here? Miss Callie Roe, are you some kind of adeptus?
No, she's just Fontanian.
No. I'm so sorry for deceiving you all for so long. Actually, I'm an Oceanid who flowed here from Fontaine long ago.
What's an Oceanid?
Ah, the Grandmaster has mentioned them before. The Oceanids were the familiars of the former Hydro Archon. They all fled Fontaine after the Archon died and settled across the world.
That's correct. Though, to tell you the truth, I can't even completely recall how I found myself here. I have a vague impression of my ancestral home, but I can't recall clearly anything I saw on my journey. All I know is that by the time I arrived in Mondstadt, I had lost most of my power and couldn't even sustain a physical form. Eventually, I settled in a place called Springvale, where I slowly began to regain my power. Springvale is a serene and beautiful place. The water that flows through there is clear and pure, just like the hearts of the people who dwell there.
So you're the Spring Fairy of Springvale?
Yes, Diona, and I remember you too, you know. When you were little, you often came to the spring at night to speak with me.
Really? You're not messing with me, are ya?
I always thought that was just a local legend.
Your favorite little pillow, the fish one? Its name is Bubbles, is it not?
Yup! All those childhood memories. So they weren't just a dream. So, if this is true, then all those things written on the leaves...
The moonlight flows like silk and honey. The boy in the spring grows old and frail.
I see. So you were the ones who found my leaf. Well, you are correct. The Spring Fairy and Heart of Clear Springs is me.
No wonder you were asking us so many questions about it. So, the boy from the story...
Is Finch. I always loved listening to people's dreams, and still do to this day. Whether they're beautiful, sad, or filled with emotions I couldn't understand at the time. One night, a little boy came to the spring. The tears that fell from his face were more fragile than a moonbeam, and purer than the morning dew. I like humans, and wanted to understand them better. I also wanted to make sense of the feelings contained in his tears that were, then, a mystery to me.
And so you became friends. Yeah, it seemed like this person started to gain real, a whole lot of like understanding, I guess, of humans.
Yes, we often met under the stars, sharing our stories with one another. Sometimes, we'd stay up all night and see who would hear the first bird chirping from the boughs, or the first cicada of summer.
Aw, that sounds lovely.
But one day, just like the book says, I saw an emotion in Finch's eyes that I couldn't reciprocate. I felt out of my depth, in uncharted waters. But I knew all too well that we Lockfolk face a very different fate from that of humans. Whatever was happening, I didn't want it to lead to Finch writing a chapter of his life that he would later come to regret. So, I fled, and never appeared before him again.
Oh, Callie Roy.
My strength returns very slowly, and even after decades, I can only sustain a physical form for a very short time. I once hoped that Finch would be able to move on, and meet me when the stars in the night sky have all gone out. But after seeing so many people's stories, and hearing about all their dreams, I have gradually come to understand Finch's heart. This feeling of wanting to respond to his feelings is surging relentlessly in my chest, and I can no longer restrain it. But I'm also scared. Scared that if I go and see him now, I'll bring nothing but disappointment and even more pain when it comes time to part.
Oh.
It really is a difficult choice.
Please go see him.
Huh?
I know Grandpa Finch, and he's a really kind person. When I was struggling to learn how to draw maps, he was always encouraging me, telling me not to give up, always keep trying, and get out there and have some adventures. He often tells me stories about his past, but I've never once seen a look of regret or sadness in his face. And even though Grandpa Finch loves adventures, he still stands there by the spring, every day, as if he's waiting for something. I believe that he's serious about his feelings for you, Miss Callie-Roe. He's never stopped hoping that he'll see you again one day. So if you want to see him too, then what are you waiting for?
Wow, Mika, that was great. Didn't know you had it in you. What the heck? Come on. I see myself as Mika. I'd totally say something like that, I think. Don't diss my man Mika like that. Wow, Mika. That was great. You didn't know I had it in you.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit too excited and I just thought, well, it just sort of came out.
I understand. That settles it. I've decided. I will go back and see Finch.
You will? Amazing! That's great!
But I'd like to ask all of you for some help.
Sure. Just say the word. We'll help you any way we can.
Would you come to Springvale with me and help to bring Finch to my side? I cannot maintain this form for much longer, and I'm worried others will see me how I was just before.
Leave it to me. I'm really close with Grandpa Finch.
Also, please keep Finch's in my secret. I wouldn't want Springvale's tranquil waters to become agitated on account of all this.
No, we'll leak this everywhere. Don't worry about
Your
it.
secret is safe with me.
I won't tell anyone. That's a promise.
Great. I can't thank you all enough.
What's wrong? Are you gonna turn back into a water droplet?
No, I'm sorry. It's just that my mind's racing. As much as I want to talk to him again, I'm still worried that I won't have the words when the time comes.
I have an idea. Write a poem.
Poem?
All the things you hide deep inside your heart, everything you never had a chance to say.
Okay, good idea. I'll write him a poem. And it will be called Heart of Clear Springs.
Yeah, I'm starting to get like some Violet Evergarden. Evergarden? Violet Evergarden? That's her last name, right? Vibe from the... I don't even know who the frick Finch is, guys. Do you guys remember who Finch is? I thought Finch was literally at the poem gala. Wasn't there a guy with name that has like F in his name that was at the gala? But isn't that crazy though? Isn't that crazy that the spring? I thought it was some spring in Leeway. It was literally Springvale. I don't know which spring it is because there's two springs. There's this. I mean, there's this body of water. Oops. There's also another body of water. Already that we saw over there.
Are you okay?
It's nothing. I'm just scared that I won't be able to maintain this form much longer.
Screw it. As you can talk,
Okay,
if you can talk as a
don't
water
panic.
droplet, you can forget.
Wait here, Callie-Roe. I'll go fetch Grandpa Finch.
Take it slow, Diona. Finch isn't a young man anymore. He's not as steady on his feet. I can still hold on a bit longer.
Okay, stay strong. You can do it.
Yeah, and it's funny because this is where Diona lives. I'm pretty sure Diona's house is here, cause she lives with Draff, who is his dad or her dad.
How are you holding up? Would you like some support, Miss Callie Roy?
You can also lean on Paimon if you need.
Thank you, all of you.
I feel like they're making this way more. Wait, I didn't talk to Chung Yoon.
How are you
He
holding
doesn't say anything.
Thank you.
I feel like they're making this way more serious as it needs to be. I think Finch would just doesn't care what form. Doesn't care what form Callie Roy takes, right? As long as he gets to meet her again, it doesn't really matter what form this is, right? But anyways, I don't know. Grandpa Finch. Is it that guy? Doesn't look like a grandpa to me. Nope. Yeah, I need to like look at what this guy looks like on my alt account because, not this guy, right? Hopkins, yeah. Oh, this guy. Yeah, I need to look at this guy in my alt to see like what he looks like before this whole event.
Grandpa Finch!
Is that Diona? You're back early today.
Today's your special day, Grandpa Finch. Can you come with me?
Oh? Well, where are we going?
Over there, to the waterfall.
Did you catch a nice little fishy?
Just come with me already. This is extremely important.
But I promised your father that I'd go to...
Grandpa Finch!
All right. All right. No need to get worked up. I'm right behind you.
That's more like it. Now come on, I'll help you.
Draft's daughter is just like him when she's on a mission.
Diona's one of the like only people whose dad we actually know. Or have met with, I should say. Even people like Fischl who have confirmed fathers we have never met.
Over here! Over here! It's okay, Grandpa Finch. Take your time.
What's all this? What are all these people doing here? Even Mika's here? How's work been going lately? And even some friends from abroad, if I'm not mistaken. You do know that today's not my birthday, don't you?
Greetings, Mr. Finch. My name is Chong Yoon. We all met.
Guys, I ran out of laptop storage because I forgot to delete some Pokemon Scarlet videos. And like, yeah, yeah, it's awkward. I F4'd just so we can replay this so that I can record it for you guys. So, apologies for the interruption in a kind of heart-touching moment. So, my bad. Here we go again. Also, unfortunately, when I edit the two videos together, I'm probably going to lose the 60 frames per second, which sucks, but oh well.
Over here! Over here! It's okay, Grandpa Finch. Take your time.
What's all this? What are all these people doing here?
You know it's not
Even
my birthday.
Mika's here?
Oh, no, it's not me.
How's work been going lately? And even some friends from abroad, if I'm not mistaken. You do know that today's not my birthday, don't you?
Greetings, Mr. Finch. My name is Chong Yoon. We all met at the poetry gala, and, well, there's someone we'd like to introduce you to.
Finch.
That voice. Callie Roy.
I didn't think you'd still remember.
Oh, I remember. I remember all right. How could I ever forget? Although your appearance is different than I recall. Back then, you looked like you'd stepped right out of a fairy tale. But I'm one to talk. Of course, a fairy from a fairy tale can change forms. But in your eyes, I'm probably the one who's changed beyond all recognition.
Oh, even after all these years, you still know just what to say to make me laugh.
I thought you were only able to appear in the dead of night. There have been times when I've wondered whether it really was all a dream.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting for so long, Finch.
Oh, it can't have been that long. It's been but the blink of an eye, really.
Finch, would you like to hear a poem I wrote for you?
A poem? You write poetry now? Well, of course. I'd be delighted to listen. I'll hang on every word that leaves your lips.
In that case, let me read you a story about the Spring Fairy. Far from my native land I roamed. In streams I slept, many seasons I met as the sun set and rose. I searched for a garden to call a home, and the moonlight ebbed as the water flowed. A soft breeze beckoned me unto a spring. Sleep, weary wanderer, your journey is over. May the dancing petals sweeten your slumber. At dawn, I hummed the melody of a distant stream, and the songs in the night serenaded my dreams. A boy's tender tears trembled through the water, stirring me more than any starlight sonata. He wove me a wreath from past petals and future buds. I crossed beyond the veil of dreams to the realm of flesh and blood. Look at the love that shines from his eager gaze. Answer the call of his heart, lest this moment go to waste. The kittens and fireflies invited my heartstrings to sing, but I was a stranger to the melody of mankind, and knew not how this tune should begin. As the river of dreams trickled into the ocean blue, every time a crystal fly flapped its wings, older it seemed he grew. But I learned to fathom human ways each stumbling step I took, and clouds of confusion became crystal clear in the vulnerable verse I wrote. As seed yearns for soil and trees for the sun, a once foreign melody inside my heart sung, and it cried out your name on every string it could strum. Now, I give my dream to you. May it be in your slumber a sweet spring to quench your thirst. Now, I hand my heart to you, praying my belated promise might meet, still with your trust.
Yes. This is how I remember you from when we first met. All those years ago. It really has been a long, old time, hasn't it?
Finch,
It's okay. I understand. Your poem, it explains everything.
Thank you, Finch. Please, take this.
It's so beautiful.
This is a droplet of water condensed from my own power. Finch, I don't have a physical form like humans, and I can't stay by your side. I don't know how long it'll be before I can change back into human form again. But as long as this droplet remains with you, our hearts will always be connected, no matter the distance between us. I will always be one with the spring. From this day onwards, if you call me, I will meet you in your dreams.
You've really learned a lot, haven't you? And you don't even mind that the kids are watching.
Does it bother you?
Kids, I'm older than Callie Roy. What the heck do you mean?
How could it possibly? This is the happiest moment of my life. I just worry that once I go to sleep, I won't ever want to wake up again.
Huh? Don't say that.
I'm only joking. It seems that you still have much to learn.
Is that right?
Grandpa Finch and Kelly Rowe look so happy. Oh, what a perfect moment.
Diona, thank you for fetching Finch for me. I've never forgotten you either.
I used to chat with you a lot. Wasn't it ever annoying?
Of course not. You are one of the truest friends I have in the entire world. That's why I gave you your gift, so that a part of me could always be with you.
Huh?
Wait. So is Diona's ability to mix delicious drinks from disgusting ingredients a blessing from this water spirit? And if so, is it also possible that my pure yang spirit is a gift from some being?
My physical form is about to disappear. Finch,
Yes?
I've never regretted meeting you or deciding to talk to you that night. Not once. All these long years. Not for a single moment.
It probably goes without saying, but neither have I.
Although, it was different from in the stories. That fateful night, I never gave you that kiss. This gift that represents my promise and my love, I give it to you now.
Wait, I need to shut my eyes for this. What do you mean? Paimon, close your eyes. Diona, I mean, I think Diona is probably more innocent, so we'll go with her. At moments like this, only polite to close your eyes. There we go.
It's okay, everyone. She's gone now.
What? But Paimon didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Grandpa Finch.
Don't worry now. She hasn't gone far. Just like she said, she'll always be one with the spring, by our side and in our dreams.
Well, that was a bit crazy, wasn't it? It was a bit crazy. I will say though. Oh, he's still here. Well, we should go talk to him and see what he has to say.
Oh, child. Let me stay here a little longer.
Why does everyone call me a child? I am like probably 3, 4, multiple times Callie Roy's age. I'm probably older than Zhongli. Oh, I totally did not mention Zhongli being in the last episode, huh? Yeah, the whole thing about Hu Tao being able to round up Venti and Zhongli is pretty crazy. But anyways, yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, yep. I'm not crying. Are you crying? You're crying. I'm not crying. What are you talking about? But yes, it does seem that everything has been settled here. Seems that Callie Rohe is back and she's better than ever. And good thing, because who knows how much longer old Finch has in this world, you know what I'm saying? But all well that ends well. That's been a long time, but hey, at least in the end, you know, finally the connection is there. And yeah, that book is I wonder if that book has like, oh, they should add like a part 5 afterwards somewhere secretly. I was gonna say something else, but I totally forgot. Oh yeah, they keep doing stuff about these Oceanids. We saw an Oceanid in like many recent events so far, or I should say a lot of recent quests so far. Not just event quests, but you know, other quests. So they keep on reusing this kind of thing about Oceanid, which is interesting because with using Oceanid, you can have like, a lot of time, distances, and Oceanids travel a lot, so you can have a lot of distance in these stories, and time, and people, and emotions with these things. So I get why they do Oceanid stuff, but like, man. Remember like the first Oceanid event? Dude, I played this when I just started playing the game. I don't even remember. You guys remember this? Endora? So I don't remember. Anyways, let's get back to the venue. Let's end it. Let's put a cap on this. Freestyle poems. Isn't that what we need to do still? Also, that little cinematic scene. Oh my god, that was so good. So good, wasn't it? But yes, let's get our little ending scene. And I don't think there's much left to this event. So let's just finish it,
Oh? Hey, you're all back! And it looks like you're in much better spirits than before. Hootao's a step ahead. She's already talking about printing a poetry anthology. She said she can't wait for everyone's final words because I'm itching to pull the trigger. By which I assume she meant she eagerly anticipates receiving everyone's freestyle poetry submissions to help her close the deal.
Where have you all been? I've been waiting here forever.
Perhaps they lacked sufficient inspiration and wished to have an emergency communion with nature. And with any luck, I'll bet they heard some fine poetry along the way.
Code Death Bard! Does this mean that right from the start you...
Paimon, cough, we promise. So, but Paimon thinks that Venti knows it all? I mean, Caliroy, it was living in Venti's land like this entire time. So, he probably had a sense of what's going on. He is her Archon after all. We promise. What did we promise? Not tell anybody?
Right from the start, you said you would treat us to a nice meal.
Huh? Did I?
I think this is worth a meal.
Very well. Since the Traveler agrees, then it looks like I can't escape this time.
I guess Venti deceiving us?
Diona, dear Diona, could I trouble you to fix us a couple of your delicious beverages?
You wish. All right. Well, normally I'd never agree, but since I happen to be in a good mood today...
Huh? So, just what have you guys been up to all this time? Why does it feel like there are some unspoken words hanging in the air here that everyone is privy to but myself?
Really? Must be the breeze. You're reading way too much into it.
Yeah, that's right. We're just, taking a walk. Inspiration walk, since it worked so well last time.
So even Mika's in on it? Chongyun, how about you tell me what happened on the sly? I've just remembered that I heard about a haunted house recently that you'll definitely want to check out. I'm willing to bet that even your pure Yang spirit won't be able to scare off these demons.
I appreciate the gesture, but no thanks. Not this time. And I'm starting to think that maybe this pure Yang spirit isn't such a bad thing after all.
Huh? What the? What's gotten into you? Okay, that confirms it. I call shenanigans. Something big definitely went down here.
Wait, that's it? You don't even get to see Hu Tao again? What the heck was that? Where's my Hu Tao? What the heck? Hard to clear springs. Oh my god, we get the painting, we get the little... I mean, it's good artwork, so I appreciate that we are getting some recognition for the person who did the artwork. We get it as like a little piece that we can put. This exquisite and beautiful frame picture records a moment. I was gonna say that. Guys, they're kissing. Take a picture. Snapshot it real quick. It'll be cool to share with friends. Even though we're supposed to keep it a secret. After endless waiting and longing, the neighboring nation's congealed poetry gala offered the opportunity for a perfect ending to the long anticipated reunion. It's the moment of heartfelt joy that is worthy of being preserved for eternity. Time may go by, but all things may change. And all things may change, but promises and love are always waiting a dream. Or waiting in dreams. No, but like seriously, we're not. No Hu Tao? Really? Like, we didn't even have Hu Tao this entire third part. Okay, that's kind of lame. But indeed, well, there we go. We completed the A Waterborne poetry event. And yeah, I didn't mention the whole thing about Diona. Her ability to mix great drinks was all because of Callie Roe. That's crazy. That is crazy right there. And so hey, maybe Chung Yoon, maybe in the future we might. Oh, I can finally not use his team anymore. Maybe Chung Yoon, maybe we'll learn something about his pure Yang spirit in the future. Which again, I haven't played his hangout quest, so I don't know much about what that means. But I also haven't played Diona's event hangout quest either, so I don't really know much about what is going on there with her her drinks being good. But when I do that, I'll be like, okay, well, it's Callie Roe's fault. Callie Roe, was it a curse or is it a blessing? What do you guys think? Is it a curse? Because Diona hates the alcohol industry, but little does she know that she's actually feeling that. Indeed. Don't think I can actually find Finch. I don't think he's actually like a character that I can find, right? Unless he appears during the daytime. Maybe he appears during the daytime. Indeed. Indeed. Well, let's change it to daytime. We'll see if he comes up. But indeed. I mean, what else is there to say? I think it's good. I like how they connected a bunch of stuff. I love how, like, even though basically, in my opinion, a lot of the, because I posed this question. Did I post this question in the beginning of the series? I mean, beginning of the Waterborne poetry event. I posed the question of, what do you guys think? Do you think that these event quests are made mainly to figure out like what banners are we rerunning, or are they kind of planned in advance about like, okay, we want to talk about this story, let's just try to see if we can include these characters because they need to rerun anyways, and go from there. And this one really did try to incorporate not just selling of characters, but a lot of story connections, like expanding on Diona's story, expanding on a book that we have in our archive, expanding on the Springvale story, expanding on Chung Yoon's story, just like a few things that were expanded upon that they really didn't need to if they were going to rerun 5-star characters, but they did. So I really appreciate that. It was kind of like how again, my favorite event so far has been it's the wine event. It's one of the Windbloom events. Or it's a wine festival. I forgot what it's called. What event it was called. But it was the one with the Razor. And they basically just extended Razor's story. Talked about his parents that we don't know about. And we got that. Then also, we learned a few things about some other Mondstadt characters. So I really do like how they do these quests, these event quests. Because the last event quest, let's be honest here, guys. The last event quest was dog. Was absolute dog. There was no voice acting. So already, like, pretty lame. But also, it was just, I mean, the story wasn't good. Like, the story or I shouldn't say the story wasn't good. The story wasn't expanding upon what we know about the game. And this story really did, which is what I liked about it. And yeah, let's see if
spirits, please come to me again.
Let's see what Old Finch has to say. What are you doing? What else do you and the Spring Fairy talk about? I'm chatting with Spring Fairy, my name is Finch. I'm called the Old Finch. Say Fairy, I say hello, of course. She likes everyone around these parts. Way back when she used to see people dream and see the scenes being woven there. Now she even likes poems. She often reads them to me in my dreams. There's so much more she still wants to learn. I mean, I'm going to have to play this on my alt and see what Old Finch has to say, because I don't think he says that. I think we have changed the world. What do you talk about? Anything and everything. Weather, water. Talk about kids falling into the water to secretly help them out. Always kind, you see. Don't believe she's there. She's like a fairy tale. Maybe that's for the best. She does seem like quite a lovely being. I mean, that's not the first time we've changed the world. If you played one of the, I'm gonna call them the Albedo events. If you played one of the Albedo events, we've also changed the world in other ways too. But I'll let you figure that out if you want to find out what I mean by that. But anyways, I think that does it. Pretty good event. Again, really like the incorporation of 4-star characters. Wish we saw more Hu Tao. Let me be 100% honest with you. Wish we saw more Hu Tao. We saw more Mika than Hu Tao, which I'm gonna complain about because I like Hu Tao, but I mean Mika was pretty ball in this event too, so we can't complain too much about that, right? Anyways, that does it for me. Again, good event, and I'm looking forward to the next one, which will be out in, well, not 2 weeks, but it's gonna be like 3 weeks. It will probably be out, so I'll look forward to that. But anyways, thanks for watching. So thank you so much for watching. You're beautiful the way you are, and I'll catch you in another Genshin Impact video.